What's up, you guys? So in today's video, what I have are gonna be 5 fragrances that I have been wearing here recently. These are 5 that I've kind of been repeatedly throwing into my gym bag before work or throwing on before work. And down here in Georgia, it's not really been super cold. It's been a little cold every now and then, but it's not been so cold that I can't wear these. Spoiler, most of these are freshies. Most of the fragrances that are on this list are gonna be fresh, not necessarily aquatics. That just happens to be kind of what I reach for. I will start will be with one that's not super fresh. It's fresh in the way that the opening is bright and inviting. Then it really progresses into much more of a masculine, aggressive kind of scent. Guys, the first one that I have here that I've been wearing quite a bit here recently is going to be Black Tie for Men from Fragrance One. Which, as you will see here, I don't have a full-size bottle. I just have this little decant that you can get from their site. Now, this is going to be one of, if not the best fragrance release from the Fragrance One house. It's masculine, it's bold, it's uplifting, with a fresh enough kick to it that I still enjoy it. Now, one thing about this fragrance that has kind of changed for me is that it is an absolute powerhouse in the opening. Initially, when I first sprayed this, I thought it was kind of weak compared to Office and Date. But wow, guys, this is one of the strongest, most powerful compliment-getting fragrances that I own. This is an absolute beast mode of a fragrance. There are maybe a handful of fragrances that are in my collection that perform as well as this, that are as loud as this. This is not gonna be something that I would wear every day just because of that, how long it lasts, how loud it is. But if you're going out and you want something that's gonna make you stand out, this is a great one to go with. But what you're gonna have in this is gonna be mandarin, orange, Italian, some Gaiac wood, vetiver, cardamom, and patchouli. And for it being a simple note breakdown, it's a somewhat complex but also simple fragrance. The opening is very fresh, almost like an orange soda with a very nice masculine dry down. Now there's also a leather vibe in the opening too. So the leather scent that's in this really does go throughout the entirety of the wearing. The entirety of the wearing, I mean probably 8 to 10 to 12 hours. It honestly reminds me of like a fragrance oil in a way. Like how those last forever, this does too. Now the cost on this compared to the other ones that are here is gonna be pretty high. This right now I believe is about $60 on his website. A full-size bottle is about 400 bucks, which is, would not recommend doing that. I would recommend going with something like this. Especially if you have a larger collection like I do. You don't need the 100 ml size of this fragrance. You can just go with this and be all right. And next here we have a bit of a fresher fragrance. It's fresher, it's new. It's one that I can see people that kind of snoot their head up to fresh fragrances, them not really enjoying it. Just because this one does kind of deter away from where this line was going with the sweeter, chocolatey, tonka bean kind of sense. Guys, that scent is going to be Hugo Boss The Scent Pure Accord. Super fresh, super ginger, fruity. This is gonna be a fantastic summer fragrance without a doubt. And when I spray them side by side with this and say Private Accord, this one comes out on top for me. Especially down here in the high heat. When it's colder, yeah, I'll reach for the Private Accord, but it doesn't really get too cold down here. I've 100% seen more of a chance of wearing this here. And with 3 listed notes, you get ginger, mananka, and suede. Suede in this is not gonna be overly dominant. For me, primarily, I get a very sweet mananka fruit and a very, very invigorating ginger. This is a very uplifting scent here, guys. Now, the difference in this and say Black Tie is that this does not last nearly as long as that does. I get 3 to 5 hours out of this scent. After about that 4.5, 5 hour mark, it really turns into much more of a skin scent. Now, even the lack of performance with this fragrance still has its positive for me. Because like I said, in the office, I don't necessarily want something that's gonna be super protecting all day long. So for me, this one has been a very safe fragrance on a reoccurring basis. Now this one is still pretty pricey. It can still only be found at like retail stores. Wait until it pops up on discounters if it's not already there. If you can find this anywhere from say the $40 to $60 range, and you want something that's be fresh for like spring or summer coming up, this is gonna be a good one to go with. Again, you guys, that is Hugo Boss The Scent Pure Accord. Now next is one that I've simply been wearing because I've been dying to go on a vacation and have yet to been able to. But I am looking into a trip either to New York, Miami, I might go to California. Like a 5-day stay round trip kind of thing. Not quite sure where I want to go just yet. But that will happen sometime, hopefully in March. But what I've been wearing until then is going to be Virgin Island Water by Creed. Like I said, I've been dying to go on vacation, and this, for me, smells like vacation. Some people say when they smell fragrances, it takes them to a certain location. This one does that for me. But it takes me to like a beach bar, say in like Panama City. Like you'll smell the drinks that are just like super sweet, like the frozen drinks, the sunscreen, you have the saltiness in the air too from the beach. And with that, guys, I get Virgin Island Water. It's not really a serious scent to me, but it does cost quite a bit. And it does kind of lack performance too. But the same with the Pure Core goes with this too. It's been great in the office. It's just close enough to the skin that it's not gonna, really offend anybody that's around me. Now, Virgin Island water has notes like coconut, lime, ginger, ylang-ylang, white rum, sugarcane, and musk, with some florals mixed in there. So this is definitely a unisex scent 100%. And I don't really think that they were going for something that leans really masculine. It's simply a vacation scent. Now this is one that I would check out Bimber Fragrances, which is gonna be linked down below if you're interested in picking this one up. Now I could not go too long without wearing a fragrance that is similar to Creed Aventus. I've been reaching for this Creed Aventus style scent over and over again over Creed Aventus, simply because Creed Aventus can come across like loud, in your face, over masculine, and this one is a bit of an answer to that for me. It's very sweet in the air, very highly complimented scent, without overdoing it really. Guys, that scent is going to be Cedrat Voise by Mancera. I'm gonna put the notes right up here, but I do want you to know that this is basically gonna smell like Fruit Loops in the air and smell like wood coming off your skin. And it lasts forever, guys. It's one that just is so uplifting coming off the atomizer here. I'm gonna go ahead and actually put one onto my skin here. Yeah, man, it's so good. Now this is one that has a very, very solid price point. This one can be found for under $100, and that is the 120 ml 4 fluid ounces. And for a scent that you really only need 2 to 3 sprays of, this will last you a long time. Now, if you do pick up a newer bottle of this is still a relatively new bottle, but bottles from say last year, this one right here is going to be a screw-on cap. The new ones come on with a metal cap. This one though, you'll see screws on. So when you do pick this up from bimberfragrances.com, let's hit link below, you might get that one and not this one. But the scent is going to be the same. With this, think of a Aventus style fragrance that everyone's going to enjoy. It's not just the boxer dropper that Aventus is. Now lastly here, I have 2 fragrances to share with you guys. They have both been gem scents for me, and both have really seen an equal amount of wear. The main difference here is the price. It makes me want to stress or reiterate the fact that price doesn't really have much to do with the fragrance. The actual scent itself doesn't really have much to do with how much it costs. 99% of the time it comes down to the brand. So these 2 that I have here, guys, are going to be Dior Homme Cologne and Tommy Now Them. Both fantastic gem scents. Which, if you're familiar with this one at all, you're going to know that it's going to smell like lemonade or it's going to smell like Jimmy Choo Man Ice. The Tommy Now Them is apparently a mix-up of the Tommy Now for him and Tommy Now for her. What I get with this one, guys, though, is just such a fresh, clean, spicy, sweet scent. I'm over here reviewing Tommy Now Them like the Cologne guy 69. But the main thing behind these 2, this one's going to cost you probably $60, $70, $80, $100. This one though is going to cost you, anywhere from say 15 to $25. So out of these 2, if you're solely going for gem scent and you don't already own them, obviously go with this right here. But I mean, I still throw on this guy here, mostly guys because I don't like to just let my nice stuff sit. Which, even though some of it does, because guys, we're not going to wear all this stuff. Plus, like I said, it smells like lemonade. But it hadn't been quite hot enough for this one yet, I don't feel like. Which has me pretty excited to be wearing this one in the warmer weather. But guys, that's my 5 or 6 fragrances that I want to talk to you guys about. But guys, like I always say, keep it gent, and I will see you all next time.